Hey everybody, Pen here, and today in this video demonstration, I'm going to be showing you how to install and set up Emby in 2021. Now, Emby is a server slash client that allows you to not only watch your media inside your home, but also outside your home as well. It supports various devices and operating systems, and it is one of the popular choices of today's when it comes to setting up a media server. Now, one of the key benefits as to why people will want to watch or choose Emby along with the different servers that are out there is because when they want to watch their content outside their home, they may be on a different device, such as a tablet or a phone, um, a laptop even that's low power, and a situation called transcoding may occur, where it's a direct digital to digital conversion of an encoding to another so that the file that is being played from the server is compatible with the device you're playing on outside your home so that you don't get any hiccups. This is one of the reasons why people prefer the server applications over the other methods that I have made displayed or the other methods that other content creators have shown, because it's all about convenience and ease of use to the end user. So let's get started. You want to head to download. Now you see here, let me make sure, okay, the zoom in is correct. So I'm using a computer in this demonstration. I'm using Windows, you see Mac OS, Linux, FreeBSD. It supports NAS, other, and even supports NVIDIA Shield. Yes, you know how there's some people that has a Plex server on their NVIDIA Shield. Well, if you want to, you can put Emby on your NVIDIA Shield instead, or run them both. Um, that wouldn't be my ideal setup, but just to show you the options that's on this screen, you can see everything that it supports. That's the whole point. It's options here. So for me, I'm a Windows guy. So I'm going to hit on Windows and I'm going to download the Emby server. And the host and the port is 8096. Keep that in mind. Alright, so I'm going to download this to my desktop. Okay. And I'm going to access my desktop. So what I'll do here, move some things out. Alright, so I'm going to run the setup exe. I'm going to click on it. And it's going to give me a pop-up, do I want to run this application? I'm going to hit run. And it's going to be going through this installation. I'm going to hit more info and I'm going to say run anyway, because that's what I want. And just so you guys know, Emby used to be called Media Browser. So you may see that title before you run the official installation. It was called Media Browser back in the day, before it was named Emby. Going to be extracting the package. And in the lower right hand corner of your Windows screen, I'm going to do private. And you may see a blur on the screen because it's going to be showing a little bit of personal information throughout the tutorial. But as far as the setup, it is very similar to Plex and definitely similar to Jellyfin. So this welcome to Emby screen, you're going to have a preferred display language. So I'm going to want to have English United States. Please pick your preferred language of your choice. And I'm going to hit next. Alright, so For my username, now Emby wants you to create your first user. It's not going to be in a sense, and it's an optional where you can connect your username and your email address if that's what you want to do. It's just want a user. So in this sense, you're just creating something simple for yourself. This server will be deleted after this video. So in this case, I'm just going to put test001. And for the password, I'm going to do the same thing. Wow, showing all type of stuff on the screen. All right, so I'm just going to keep it simple, guys. Okay. So once you set up your username and your passwords, things like that, make sure you write this information down. Pause the video, get a quick notepad. Maybe put this in your Google Keep, as a backup, as an option. Record this information so you know your proper credentials before you hit next. So I'm going to hit next because I know my stuff. Okay, it's Chrome is going to give you some type of warning. Ignore that. That's fine. This is your local. You know, you don't have to worry about anything like that. So you want to click on New Library. In this case, I'm going to do Show Advanced Settings up top. And for the content that I have, it's going to be, for me, I'm just going to call it mixed content. And I'm going to keep it that. So the folders here, I can select my folders. Yeah, so in here, I'm going to select F. And in F, it's a folder called Emby test. So once I have my folder, I'm going to click OK. Library settings. And make sure you write all this information down. Make sure it's the proper metadata. So I'm going to want English for me. A lot of people that I've seen on forums and even online, things like that, they have issues with Emby and Jellyfin because, excuse me, it mostly comes down to their folder structure and their files. Your files do have to be named somewhat correct. I'm not saying that it has to be perfect. I live in the United States. You're going to get away with a lot more with Plex when it comes to file names because Plex has this incredible scanner that it picks up. Even if you leave it default, if you get it from some site, let's say, it's still going to pick things up majority of the time. So serious metadata downloaders, because this is my content, I can leave this by default. Um, I don't have to change any of these that's here because this is my own content for my channel. But while I'm scrolling through, look through these. If you use these databases and you want to have them on your server, why not? You're going to get more options when it comes to the image fetchers and the metadata when it comes to Emby and Jellyfin. Plex sort of has theirs locked down in a sense. Although there are options you can explore with Plex, I think for the end user, this is more ease of use as far as seeing the options on the screen. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just scrolling down here and generate video preview thumbnails. Never. That's fine. I don't want to save anything. I'm not interested in open subtitles, but I can configure it in the dashboard if I want. Blah, blah, blah. Save subtitles into media folder. Storing subtitles next to video files will allow them to be more easily managed. You can have that checked. I will uncheck it in my official scan. And I'm going to hit OK. So you see I have one folder. I have mixed content and I have a folder called Emby test. I'm going to hit next. So my preferred metadata language, English, United States. I'm going to hit next. Okay. Allow remote connections to this Emby server. I do not want any remote access to the server at all. Also, I'm going to disable automatic port mapping, UPnP, if I want to access files just strictly through my network. I already have a method for that. There's no need for this. Plus, there are some security risks when you do have UPnP enabled. I suggest you research that. Ports that you may not know that are being open can occur. Just do your own research. That's all. And just know what you want to do. I'm going to hit next. So this is Emby terms of service. I'm going to say that I accept the terms of service because I want to continue on to the next step. I'm going to hit next. And I am done. So it's going to begin getting information on my media library, and I'm going to hit finish. So now I have to log in to my tests. And my password is the same. I'm going to sign in. And there we go. So as you see here under my media, it shows my mixed content. And the video that I have in here is the video that I did on a Roku Streaming Stick Plus. So to play it, you hit on this green button here. You can use this check box down here or mark to mark as played. You can favorite your content here. You can click on the three dots here and you can play all from here. You can add to collection, you can add to a playlist, you can convert. The convert button is going to be to where you want to convert this down to a streamable file format to where you can play it easier on your internet connection. Let's say if you have a low connection or not a high speed connection, you can convert this video down to a lower resolution so that it can easily be played back. You can also download from your server directly. You do have that option here. You can edit the metadata, the images, the subtitles. You can identify something. You can refresh the metadata. You can share this if you wish. And because I have one file here, you can filter, but there's nothing to filter because there's only one file. But you have your options up top in case you want to do some additional settings. So in the upper left hand corner of the screen, there's these three dots. You can call it the hamburger menu, whatever. And it's going to give you like a quick look at your Emby side menu where you see your server. You have your admin, manage your Emby server. You have your metadata manager. You have your settings, and then you can sign out as well. Similar, you can access some things over here. Like this is a cast where you can play on an additional device. You can search the content that's on your server. You can access your settings from here. And then you can manage your server settings from here. So this is pretty awesome, guys. As you can see, this is a similar layout. It's pretty understandable. It's user friendly. It's not complicated to me. It just feels right. It just works. So I'm going to go to the icon in the upper right hand corner where it says settings, and we're going to do some things. So display display mode is interesting. Now here's the difference. When you want to change your theme on the web server, it's going to require an Emby Premier subscription. See, that's the difference between Jellyfin and Emby. Jellyfin is not trying to charge you for just changing a theme on the web server as far as how I'm showing it right now. Be aware that Emby is closed source and they have certain features locked behind a paywall. So when you do decide to choose your server, absolutely explore every option that not only I'm showing but other content creators are showing. But beware that certain features are locked behind paywalls. So I can't configure this because I am not subscribed to their service. Perhaps I will support them though. Maybe. Um, this is your home screen. So it's you can categorize this how you want. Playback is you can enable the Are You Still Watching? For those of you that had Netflix, this is very familiar if you had Netflix before. And you can just configure this. Like for me, you can by default it's any language, but I would like my preferred audio language. Well, actually, because I watch foreign content, any language would probably be the best bet for me. So I will leave that by default. Subtitles, you can have the subtitles appear. You can configure that how you want it. Go into your password, your profile settings here. Emby Web, if you want to configure the keyboard and remote. Um, it's a lot of things that's here. Settings, automatic updates. So Emby gets automatic server updates, and the server is automatically set to restart to apply those updates. And this is great. So you don't have to worry about just manually downloading the file. You can do that here. You can create new users, and it's just as easy to create a new user. You just hit that, and you got other options. Emby Premiere is how you can support the Emby team. So to ensure the continued development of the project, you can purchase an Emby Premiere subscription. So think of Emby Premiere similar to Plex Pass, but I think Plex Pass gives you more benefits and it's of a higher quality. So this is just another option for you guys. If you want to learn more about Emby Premiere, then click on their website. And then if it rocks with you, if you feel as though it's worth it, try it out. I do know that the monthly is like $5 and there is a PayPal option. I might pull the trigger and give it a look. And I can make a video comparing the two. So this is your library where you can add in new libraries and you can scan files. This is your network that is private to you, really. Transcoding, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Now, hardware acceleration is a feature that is locked behind Emby Premiere, but hardware acceleration is for free in Jellyfin. So you're starting to see the difference between the two. Just keep in mind what's locked behind the paywall and what's not when it comes to Emby. Conversions, do that. You can have cinema intros. It's very customizable. They do have more of a stable backend than Jellyfin. I will say that at the moment. Open subtitles, supports of webhooks, um, different devices, the downloads. You can even do camera upload. This does have DLNA. I'm going to disable that because I do not care about DLNA. I just don't. But they give you the option. Live TV. You can add your premium service inside of Emby, but the Emby Live TV and DVR, it requires an Emby Premiere subscription. When you look at my Jellyfin video and when you go to Live TV, you notice that you can do that for free. So once again, just keep in mind that Emby's been around a lot longer than Jellyfin. Jellyfin is sort of a branch off of Emby Street, but they're going their own direction and they're open source and they're free. They have a lot of similarities. Stability, and just multiple device and OS support, you're going to want to stick with Emby for now. For open source and free, and generally getting some of the same features inside of a different server and app, you're going to want to go with Jellyfin. It just, you may experience a lot of bugs or instability. So there's pros and cons to this. Pros and cons. DVR is under Emby Premiere, and you have your logs, your notifications, plugins, uh, and it, once again, if you've seen my Jellyfin video, a lot of this looks familiar. I like that Emby has the ability to add plugins to it as well, and it's laid out very nice. As you can see, they offer options to their end user, and it's great. Yeah, it's great. So these are some of the plugins that you can install. Schedule tasks. The schedule tasks is you can automatically have things set up in your server. So you can configure some things here, like as far as scanning the library every 24 hours or whatever. You can have that be a thing here, just for an example, of course. API keys in case you use third-party programs that you want to tie in to Emby. An example would be the automation tools. They're going to come with API keys in which you can use with Emby to work alongside your server. So there's a communication going on between the two, if that makes sense. And down here is just your metadata manager. I'm not going to click into it because I don't have any content on here that's going to get the metadata so far. But that's just a place where you can manage everything. All of this is pretty user friendly for the most part. I just like the back end of Emby. It gives you a nice clean look interface, and it just looks awesome on the front. Unfortunately, you cannot change the theme unless you pay them. It is what it is. They do promote their product. Get Emby Premiere. You can't miss it. It's in green. Um, and it is what it is. But Emby is another option for you. So I hope everyone that have seen this video, you now have a better understanding of what Emby can do for free and what it can do once you start paying them to support the developer. Alright, so I hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on how to set up a media server, whether it's Emby or is outside of Emby, if you just want different options, you can feel free to join my Telegram group. Or if you want to talk some business and you want to get everything set up how you would want it, in the description there is my email. You can reach out to me, and then you can tell me what's your problem, and then I will come up with a solution, and we will get that set up together. So until next time, everybody have a blessed day. Hope everyone stays safe, and until next time, peace out. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.